we all understand the mind-boosting benefits we get from having pets. Pets are known to lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, along with elevating serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, while lowering stress hormones in our bodies. That's why pets make fantastic therapy partners. But it's not always possible for disabled individuals or for those who are in a hospital or convalescing or in hospice care to own a pet. And then I found Palliative Puffs. PalliativePuffs.org is a nonprofit organization that handmakes these stuffed animals for palliative care patients. This organization was created by a wonderful lady named Heather Karr Johnson in the Southern California area. Heather is a massage therapist and owns her own spa. She also has been giving massages to people in hospice care for over 14 years. She has a true passion for people in need, and this is what inspired her to start Palliative Puffs. These loving and beautifully custom-made stuffed animals help patients who might be otherwise scared or homesick to find comfort and joy of having a pet alongside with them.
I'm just sitting here, I got time.
Today I'm going to talk to Heather to learn more about Palliative Puffs. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good, good to see you. Where's the baby?
I'll go get her.
Okay, there she is. Hi, baby. Aw, look how sweet she is.
She is, oh my gosh. My clients, the first thing they do, because she's here every day, the first thing they say is, "Where's Betty?" Even the other anesthetician, she's like the star of the show.
That's why they come in, to see her.
Yeah.
Well, she's worth it. She's so sweet. Hi, Betty. Hi, sweet girl. Look over here. Hi. She's like, no. I don't do electronics. So, Heather, when did you start Palliative Puffs?
Oh gosh, probably last year, probably even early last year. I was feeling really bad. I've been a hospice palliative care massage therapist for over 14 years. And so I go into people's homes or I go in the hospitals and, do massage and help people at end of life or people who are in a lot of pain. And when COVID started, I wasn't allowed to do it anymore. And it's like the thing I love to do the most, and people need that the most.
Of course.
So I was just thinking, these poor people are all by themselves in the hospital. They're not having their visitors. It was breaking my heart because I know what it's like for them. And so I just, I think I was already decided to get a a sweetie pie from you. So my heart was aching for my little sweetie pie, who I am now.
Aw.
But my first Palliative Puffs were Sabrina and Ben.
Okay.
Who are Betty's parents.
That's right.
So in a way, it was making them was kind of me loving on, Sabrina and Ben, and they're just like the sweetest dogs. So they were the first ones, and then I just started making more and giving them to children's hospitals, assisted living places.
Wow, so it's really growing. That's really awesome. How exciting. Very cool. So what kind of response do you see from the patients when you give them their Palliative Puffs?
Well, I don't personally give them. It's the nurses and the palliative directors that give it to them. But they ask me for them and tell me exactly what they want.
Okay.
So far, it's been amazing. I wish I could do this all the time. I love the custom orders. The people, when they want something special that really resembles a pet, or just something unique that will make the patient happy.
Oh, that's really neat. And just for our audience, so that our viewers understand, let's explain what that means. Something when you make a custom palliative puff.
Well, so far, for the most part, it's been puffs that look like the pets. This one I made as a demo. This one, it actually looks just like the actual dog.
Wow.
But one of the special ones that I really love is this young girl who had lost her whole leg due to cancer. They actually had to have it amputated off.
Wow.
So she loved turtles. So the nurses asked me if I could make a turtle that had a detachable leg.
Wow.
We actually made one. I made it bigger than usual so the flippers would cover her shoulders, and the leg that she had amputated actually snaps off. And so it was awesome.
That is really neat. Yeah, like absolutely custom specific for her, for what she likes, and also with the leg. That's really neat. So what makes Palliative Puffs different from just buying a stuffed animal off the shelf?
Oh gosh, they're so different. For one thing, they're made out of, they're hand knitted. Every single one of them is made by hand, and they're all unique, but they're stuffed with memory foam so that when you hug them, they have a real firm feel of a real thing, a real pet. Also, they're made to lay on the chest and the face to look at the patient. And I've made sure all the faces are very happy, or just sympathetic, and even the police dog, the military dog. Look at his face.
He's so cute.
He's like, strong, protector, powerful, but still really sweet. So this one we haven't given to anyone yet. I have a feeling I'll be making a lot of these ones.
That's really cute. I like his little, what is it, a vest?
His little vest, yeah.
That's so cute.
And they come off.
Oh, they come off.
I have another one we have a tutu. It's gorgeous knitted soft velvet tutu that come off. And we're also making some with little hospital gowns so they can take the tutu off and then put the hospital gown.
I love that.
It's way too much fun.
Yeah, you can customize every single one depending on what they like, or what their pet was like, or what their specific disabilities are. That's really neat. So how do you customize each stuffed animal? Like, for example, if, a patient came in and they said, oh, I have a dog, how do they tell you, how to make it?
They send me pictures.
Okay.
The nurse, usually I get it from the nurses.
Okay.
They tell me what the patient wants. They get pictures. The more pictures, the better, because sometimes, I have to see what their tails look like, right? Because that's really part of the dog.
I see. So they can just submit pictures and say, this is what my dog looks like. This is the back end, the tail, all that, and you can copy it.
Yeah.
How cool. That's awesome. So how much time does it take to make one of these dolls?
It takes a lot of time. That's why I need volunteers. It takes about between 15 to 25 hours per puff.
Wow.
And the knitting takes about 3 hours. The knitting's just basic squares. Then it takes about another 3 or 4 hours to assemble them and stuff them. And then the most time takes to attach every single strand. Like every single one of these strands is sewn on individually. And I sew them on very, very firmly because, people with Alzheimer's or dementia, they tend to pick.
Okay.
And the kids, I want to make sure it's every single strand and stitch is very, very secure. And that's also why some of the eyes are not buttons. Like there's no buttons on here because the kids, the pediatric hospital doesn't want the buttons.
Okay, that makes sense.
Depending on the patient.
Mm-hmm.
So they take a lot of time.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, if somebody did want to volunteer, how would they do that? How do they get a hold of you?
Email me or call me, and they can be anywhere in the country. I have someone in Pennsylvania that's doing it. I have a knitting group in Maine, I hope is going to be starting too. So I just send them the pattern. It's actually not even a pattern. It's just like cast on 15 and knit a square, that type of thing. And then I give them a self-addressed, self-stamped envelope, and they just mail them back to me. So, and then that saves a lot of time having people do the knitting part. Hopefully I'll find some people who can do the assembly part too.
Okay.
Or I've had to do that all myself.
Oh my gosh, so you're doing all the assembly for all the dolls right now?
It's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. I mean, I wish I could do it all the time. And right now, all the volunteers they're volunteers. I call them puffineers.
Puffineer.
I know, that's very cute.
Yes.
None of them are paid. Nobody's paid. So
Right.
any donations, which we really need because we use a lot of yarn. And so far, I've been paying for all that. So the donations make a huge difference. So,
Okay.
I'm making them.
Right. So that brings me to my next question. If somebody wanted to donate, how would they do that? Do they just email you, or do you have a Venmo, or?
Yeah, if they go onto the website, the palliativepuffs.org, they can do it by Venmo, PayPal, or there's a place on the website to do it with credit card.
Wonderful. So anybody can just go on there at any time and donate any amount of money, but it costs about $25 for the materials. Is that right?
Each puff costs about, the materials for it costs about $25 to $30. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so the donations are tax deductible.
Tax deductible. Wonderful. Okay, good to know. All right. So for my audience, if any of you guys want to donate to Palliative Puffs so that these people that are, in hospice care and palliative care, or sometimes they're children that are recuperating from, some sort of traumatic event, that's enough funds to make a special doll just for them. So that's awesome. So if a patient wanted to get one of these, how would they get in contact with you? What do they do? Do they buy the doll? How does that work?
They're not for sale. I don't make them for, people unless it's only for patients. And I'm contacted by the palliative care facility or the nurses. And so you would have the patients talk to their nurse to contact me.
I see. Okay. So a patient would talk to their nurse and then the nurse would contact you, and that's how they would get in contact with you. Okay.
And when they're finished being made, I do UV light them for sanitation.
Wow.
And they get UV light to kill the germs and viruses, and they get sealed in a clear plastic bag so you can see them, and then they get a sticker on them saying that they've been UV sanitized. Wonderful.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is so wonderful, Heather. I love what you're doing. I think you're such a genuine person. You have such compassion and love, and I think it's such a wonderful experience. I love that I met you. I love that my little Betty is a lucky girl who has such a wonderful mommy. And I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
I love you so much, Kelly. You just brightened the world with your pets and my little Betty.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. You have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, Betty. So Heather is a true hero, creating these beautiful custom puffs for convalescing and hospice patients who benefit from the comfort of a pet when having a pet is not possible or practical. If you'd like to support my channel, consider buying the best nail grinder available, the Lucky Tail Nail Grinder. I use it on all my sweetie pies. You can also buy me a coffee using the link below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Sweetie Pie Pets. Bye-bye!